When Ilsan was born, I brought Laxmi, it's my wife, into my mother's house. My mother was not happy about this, but we needed a safe place to have a baby. When Ilsan was 9 months, I got a job for travel agency in a tourist area known as Pokhara. After 3 years of living in the village, I was able to live for a work. After I worked alone in Pokhara for 9 months, and when Ilsan was 18 months old, we were able to bring my family to Pokhara also. We only lived in a small place that was 1 bedroom. I was working in a marketing selling tickets to tourists. I was working 16 hours a day for 7 days a week. I was earning about 20,000 rupees a month, about Canadian dollar $2,050. We had a very high of money and we were happy. We are very standard of living at Pokhara, even though we only had 1 room. We saved a lot of money and we were happy. I was able to buy gold jewelry for my wife, Laxmi, and a motorbike for our family. We were also able to put Ilsan into a very good school. We wanted to show people in the village that we could do well. When I was living in Pokhara, I was making enough money to make survive very easy. We stayed in Pokhara for 7 years together until we came to Kathmandu again because I was transferred with my job and replaced by someone who didn't have a family and could be paid less. When we moved back to Kathmandu, Laxmi wanted to have a daughter in Nepal. There is an important festival called Tihar, where we needed a sister for Ilsan. The sister gives a tika, it's like a red tika on the head, to the brother during this festival. It is important for the brother because he will have a long life. When Laxmi had our baby, we did not get a sister, but we ended up with son who is named Elvis. When we come to Kathmandu, we wanted to try and help others who needed help. We wanted to help children mostly, and one day we found an orphanage called the Lily Flower Orphanage. Organized a man named Prakash who I met while working at the travel agency. We didn't know about any orphanage around, but we found this one first and decided to help them. When Prakash was there, he ran the orphanage very poorly. They did not sleep in beds, just on the floor. He fed them on just Saturday when they went to church. And then usually just rice and not very often the rest of the week. We didn't know about this until later. The orphanage was very dirty and lots of dogs and chickens live inside the house. He made the children steal from others, sometimes vegetable and other things. He worked at a hotel, office, and will use all the donation to the orphanage for his own. I even once gave him 30,000 rupees, about $450, for a phone, some carpeting, blankets, and foods for the children, and he just kept money. He will also take children from parents if they paid him. Sometimes we will just visit, and other times we will bring some meat and some food for the children. The children were very happy with us when we brought them treats. One day Mr. Prakash told us not to come back to the orphanage, but we still went sometimes and try to help by bringing a little bit of food or bringing some money. That's why children always came with us and then hugs, and children loves us, both of us. The children were very happy when we come because we will help them. About a year after we began helping the orphanage in 2006, Prakash abandoned the children. He took everything from there and left the orphanage empty. A neighbor near the orphanage called us the same day that he left, and we came, and the children were very happy that we were there. We went to the police station immediately and filed a complaint with them about Mr. Prakash. Then the police told me that if we wanted to run orphanage, temporarily we could. There were 12 children at that time, and not all of them were orphans. We didn't think that it would be permanent, so we didn't register the orphanage. As the police searched for Mr. Prakash, we will try to contact the children's parents if they were still alive and see if they could go home, and if they had no parents or family, we will take care of them. We wanted to help only those children who most needy and without parents. We were taking care of the orphanage from August of 2007, but I was without a job since September of 2006, when the travel agency I worked for was sold and closed. I had saved a lot of money, so we were doing alright. I wanted to open my own business. We also had a few volunteers coming from Canada, and one of them built a website for us that helped bring more volunteers. Laxmi always wanted to own an orphanage because she understood how it felt to be an orphan, so decided that we will run the orphanage permanently. In 2008, we officially became the owners after I processed and registered the orphanage with the government in January. It took a long time to get certified as an orphanage because the children were in such a bad state from the previous owner. We had to help the children become healthy, make sure that they were in school, and make the orphanage better. We did this by using all the money that I had saved from working. I had $6,000 saved. When Mr. Prakash left, we expected that we will be able to take care of the children for 3 years. But we had to fix the house and pay more expenses than we thought. It wasn't enough money, so I had to sell my motorbike, and we had to sell Laxman's gold jewelry. We started having money problems in February of 2008, but we were helped when I met Rain, and Peace for All International began working with us in April of that year. Right now there are 10 kids, 10 children, including my 2 sons, but we would like to be bigger. Eventually, we want to have 25 to 30 children to take care of. We would like to have our own home for the children that we do not have to rent. We would like to be able to have a teacher to help the children in the home, and we would like to be able to put them into the best schools. We are trying our best to help the children live in a clean home, with lots of food to eat and keeping them healthy, but it is very difficult. I would like to have my own business one day that will make a lot of money to help the children. We have a business that is helping us to survive. I purchase goods from Nepal and I send them to Canada to be sold here. We sell wool goods, scarves and other clothing. and it is helping us very much. Peace for All International is selling for us at Laurier and at other places, and it makes life much easier, but we still need more help so that we can be stronger in the future. Even though it is difficult, we are very happy at Lotus Children's Home. We want to have the best life for these children now and in the future. Before I finish, I would like to thank Wilfred Laurier University for inviting me to Canada to speak, and I will also like to thank the Arts Student Advancement Program for funding this trip. I will also like to thank Mr. Rain Oborn and Peace for All International for hosting me in Canada and for the work that they do to help us. Finally, I would like to thank all of you for coming here tonight to hear my story. I hope that you have learned a little bit about what life is like in Nepal. Dhanyavad.
So before we go, we've organized a little bit of a slideshow to show you some pictures, because he tells a story, but a picture's worth 1,000 words. So Laxman, I'd like to have you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing on these pictures, and I'll talk a little bit too. So this is
our logo, Lotus Children's Home. It is in our orphanage in the gate, like this picture. And this is our orphanage in Nepal. This is our forum inside. And he is the oldest kid in the orphanage. They are the family of orphanage. He is my son, as youngest son, and he is my oldest son. He is 13 years old and he is 6. And he is 2 years, he is an orphan. And he is 2 years, and the biggest, oldest one is 13 years old. And they are just enjoying it. Bed. This is our bedroom, the children's bedroom. And they are just funny, It's Saturday, they have a holiday, and then they are playing whatever they like, and they just like when they take a picture, and that time they give a pose. She's my wife, and I don't need to tell you. Together. They are playing time. It is a playing room. And